Right, good morning everybody. Hope you've had a really good week and you're ready to do your second part for your 3D daffodils. So, hopefully everything has dried. You should have your card with your splodged mixed paint on, your dried inner egg thing, and you should have about 3 or 4 of those, and hopefully your green paper that you painted last week. It should all be dry now and ready to do lots of cutting and sticking this week. So this week we're going to need a ruler, pair of scissors, a pencil, some glue. Now I've got the liquid white school glue in an old yogurt pot, but if you've got one of these stick glues, that will work as well. If you're going to use the white school glue, you might need some newspaper to spread out as well, because it's a bit messy. And it's quite helpful if you've got a small plastic bowl or china bowl, you can draw some of the petals with. It just helps a bit, okay? So make sure you've got all of that and you're ready to start. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is think about how we're going to arrange our daffodils on the board. You'll probably be able to put about 3 or 4 daffodils on the backing, depending on how big your piece of paper is. So have a play around, try putting your egg things on backing and see how many you can put on. When you've decided where they're going to go, just put one on and draw a rough circle in pencil. And then put the other one on, draw another one. And I don't know if you can see that, but I've just drawn a circle there. Okay? Once you've done that, we're going to start cutting out the yellow petals for the daffodil. This is where the bowl might come in useful. We're going to put the bowl on the yellow paper and you're going to draw just around a little bit of it with your pencil. So can you see I've just drawn a small arch there, and then I'm going to join the 2 ends up with the bowl and draw the other side. So you end up with a shape like that looks a bit like a petal shape. You will need about 5 or 6 of those for one daffodil, so quite a bit of drawing to do. When you've drawn them all, you then need to grab your scissors and cut them out, okay? So here we are, I'm cutting mine out there. And there we go. We have a nice petal shape. And I've done the rest of mine. So I've got here now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. I'm going to get my backing paper again, find my circle that I drew earlier and stick some glue to the back of my petals. And then just on the edge of the circle, stick my petals on. Now you can overlap them if you like, that doesn't matter. All daffodils look different. And you're just going to stick them on around the circle with whichever glue you're using. They can even stick off the side of the card. That looks quite effective if they do that. Mine's not going to do that. But if you run out of sizing, that's okay. I'm going to stick one down there. I think I'm just going to be using 5 petals. So there we go. So you see, I've stuck my 5 petals on. Now This is the middle of the daffodil. Do you remember it was called the trumpet of the daffodil? We're going to put some glue just on that bit there. Here we go, bit of glue. And you're going to put that in the middle of your petals. Press it down hard for a few moments to make sure it sticks. And then it's going to look like that. There's our 3D. Now, this poor daffodil needs a stem. This is where your green paper comes in. So you're going to turn your green painted paper over with your ruler. Going to draw a line straight up the middle of your white paper, on the back if you like, because then you can see it better. And then about this distance apart, and it doesn't matter the exact distance, you're going to draw another line. There we go. Okay. You'll then need your scissors again. And you're going to cut that out. If it's not quite straight, it doesn't matter. If it's looking too long for your flower, that's okay as well, because we can always cut the end off. Right to the very end of the paper, and then I'm going to cut the other side of my line that I drew. And again right to the very end, even though it's looking a bit too long at the moment. That's okay, it doesn't matter. So you've got a piece of green paper a bit like this now. Very long, isn't it? I'm going to glue that. I think I'm going to get that side. Let's just measure it. And you don't have to put these on straight. You could put, I might put a bit of an angle on this one. There we go. Okay. Put some glue on the back of this. There we are. Perfect. There we go. Stick that on. Oh, the daffodil's got a stem. What do you think the daffodil's missing? I think the daffodil needs some leaves. To get some leaves for your daffodil, you can go back to your green paper, and in the same way that you drew the petals for the daffodil, you can draw the leaves for your daffodil as well. So I'm just going to put on my glasses so I can see a bit better. I'm going to draw just a small bit around the bowl. Move the bowl over, make sure the two ends meet. There we go. There's my shape. Get my scissors again. And cut that lovely leaf out. There it is. Good. Here's my leaf. Some more glue. Here we go. Stick some glue to the back of it. Now, where am I going to put my leaf? I think just there. So there we go. And you can add more. You can add 2 or 3 to the same daffodil if you like. And then when you finish that one, you can go on to create all your others. Now I know Pemberton have been sent out some yellow paper in their learning pack for their petals, but if you haven't got yellow paper at home, you can always use white paper, cut it out and then colour it with crayons or felt tips. And then I'll show you one. This is one that one of our lovely students produced in Pemberton. And there's one that's been made already. And this student has managed to get 3 daffodils on. And they've put their leaves across the middle of the stem. And it looks lovely. Very nice effect. Okay everyone, hopefully see you next week in school. Take care, enjoy making your daffodils.